Our Governors are on their 6th game in 5 days. Things get somewhat easier after a Thursday trip to Williston with 4 days off without games. But with a 2-3 record, a pair of wins tonight would go a long way. The Govs beat the Vistas in the final frame of Game 1, so how would they fare in Game 2? Minot with the bases loaded in the top of the second. Nathan Heil gets out of it thanks to some help from his defense. 6-4-3 double plays started by Cooper Miller. Carson Deaver dealing on the other side. 3 straight strikeouts gets the side in the bottom half of the second inning. The Vistas get the bats going in the third. A bases loaded hit by pitch scores the first run. Then Braden Nelson strikes with an RBI single to the left side. Oliver Deschamps follows that up with another bases loaded single to give Minot a 3-run lead in the third inning. This one going late tonight, but the Vistas are in control late, looking to split that series. And speaking of late games, the Larks game just going final minutes ago, an 8-7 loss in 11 innings. The Big Sticks move 1 game above 500 with a 10-5 win, and Wilmer Coy DeFury had a 3 RBI night in the win. When it comes to fishing, there's always new technology and techniques that go into catching the biggest and best fish. But as Lee Timmerman and Johnny Candle share in this week's Pros Pointer, sometimes it's the tricks learned long ago that hold up the best.
Do you need a big rod and reel to catch a big fish? Well, not necessarily. And in this week's Pros Pointer, Johnny Candle explains you first need to focus on hooking the fish.
I use this rod to cast 1/4 ounce jigs on Devil's Lake, North Dakota, to catch walleye between 15 and 20 inches long for my clients all summer long. And I use this rod to fish the Gulf, casting 1/4 ounce jigs for bull redfish up to 40 inches long for my clients all winter long. Now, what's that got to do with anything? The point is, when you're choosing your fishing tackle, the #1 concern should be making the presentation, not the size of fish you're trying to catch. You want the rod and reel to balance for the presentation. And in my example, that's for a 1/4 ounce jig. You have to hook the fish first in order to land it. And if you take your time, you'll find quickly that any rod and reel is capable of landing just about any fish that swims. I learned this lesson ice fishing from a legend, Dave Gens, when trying to present small lures for large walleye. He was right 25 years ago, and it still works today. I'm Johnny Candle, and that's this week's Pros Pointer.
Next week, Johnny talks about what a saltwater fish and North Dakota's favorite fish have in common.